Mr. Vikram Nair, you have 2 cards. Please take both together.
Chairman, ASEAN is the cornerstone of our regional security architecture. It has promoted an avenue for Southeast Asian countries to meet and discuss areas for mutual cooperation. Now, most people are familiar with ASEAN as an economic forum, and however, ASEAN is also an important platform to come together on defense matters. The ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting, or ADMM, was one of the primary pillars of this. In recent years, however, relationships between ASEAN appear to have become more strained for several reasons. First, the rivalry between the US and China also seems to be putting pressure on ASEAN countries, as some come under pressure to choose in this rivalry. Second, on matters related to the South China Sea, there appears to be a growing risk of divide amongst ASEAN members, as some of them are direct claimant states in this matter, while others have differing views and different economic incentives in this. Third, terrorism is a growing threat, and with fighters returning from the Middle East to the region, there is a pressing need for cooperation to manage this threat. Now, in 2018, Singapore assumed chairmanship of ASEAN and the ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting. What have we achieved with our chairmanship of the ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting in 2018? Next cut. Many countries in the Asia-Pacific have overlapping maritime and territorial claims. As tensions escalate among claimant states, there is a real risk of miscalculation on the ground. As militaries become more advanced, the cost of any conflict will be grave. For example, if fighter planes of one country are perceived to have improperly crossed into the territorial airspace of another country, and that country responds by shooting the plane down, that could quickly lead to retaliation and escalation, and both countries may find themselves on the path to war. The current exchanges between India and Pakistan are an example of how quickly a conflict can escalate once one party engages in the use of force. Given the high risk of conflict breaking out, it is important for regional militaries to establish mechanisms to build trust, strengthen confidence, and minimize conflict in the region. At the Committee of Supply debate last year, the Minister of Defense spoke about creating a code for unplanned encounters for military aircraft. Could MINDEF provide an update on this and any of the confidence-building measures that were introduced to reduce the risk of conflict escalating in the region?